Hi friends, welcome to Aishu's DIY. In this tutorial, we will learn how to make this fringe earrings. This one is, I think, very popular once upon a time, I guess. But fringe earrings and statement earrings are always popular. And I made this with bugle beads and Delica beads. So there is a difference between the regular seed beads and the Delica beads. The Delica beads is much more cylindrical and very consistent in shape, and it's a slight bit smaller than the regular 11O seed beads. If you're taking Delica seed beads in 11O size, if you compare it with regular seed beads, a tad bit smaller. So these bugle beads, there are a lot of bugle beads, there are a lot of varieties, but these bugle beads I got it from Mercari, so I don't know the packet, that it didn't have any information about it, but I felt that these are very thin compared to the regular bugle beads. The holes in these and the entire shape is very thin is what I felt. I thought for this earrings it should make sense, so I wanted to make this earrings. It's been quite a long time since I wanted to do this. There is a lot of varieties that you can do in this, but this is the first basic variety that I want to show you guys. I will go into detail and make more videos of more variations that you can come up with this fringe earrings, but for the start I want to do this. And then this is a very standard pattern, and I'm using this Delica seed beads in two different colors, which is this lilac pink kind of a thing, and then this blue, dark blue, and then the bugle beads are metallic hematite color, I would say. So this is 11 or Delica, as you can see, and this for this project I'm using a size 12 beading needle, and then this is Nymo in a pink color. So I thought that color combination you will be able to see thread at the end, as you can see here. So if it is a coordinating color, then that looks good. So I wanted to do a coordinating color. You can do this with fireline, you can, but the problem is the flow of this tassel or the fringe will not be as supple as if you use fireline. It will be very stiff. So that's why people generally use Nymo for this. Nymo size D, I think. That's the size that you can use. And also I'm going to use a wire guardian, which is this right here. It has a channel, open channel in the middle, and two loops on the side, as you guys can see. I'm sure I can show it to you guys like that, right? So the thread on the top is very I mean, if you can do a seed bead loop also, but this looks more kind of professional in my opinion. So that's that. And in this earrings I made a mistake over here. As you guys can see, one bead is like slightly slanted. I couldn't rectify the mistake. The problem with Nymo is I rarely use Nymo. I love the colors, the variety of colors that there is. So Nymo is a very tricky thread for me, trust me. It's for to even put it into the needle, it feels very hard for me for some reason. I don't know why. But I have beeswax. We need to use beeswax for this Nymo thread, otherwise this will tangle a lot and give you so much headache. I'm warning you guys. And then what I did was I took like a lot of thread actually, and I have only 2.5 feet left over. But what I would suggest, right, it's since it's very hard to thread on the needle and the thread to it, I would suggest, if you have a different needle, use a different needle. But I have seen some people using the fire line for the top part, and then so there is a ladder stitch and brick stitch out here. This is the bugle. We will start with a ladder stitch, and in the top there is a big stitch, and then we will do the fringe. So people do use fire line for just the top part, and then they will continue with just the brick stitch part, and then they'll continue with the Nymo thread, but I'm just going to use straight away the Nymo thread throughout, and I feel it's okay for me to do that. And I want to show you guys from the start, because it's a lot of, like, at during the process of making this earring, at so many points I thought I will just give up and then choose some other beads to work with, because this was hard to use it, because as I said, this bugle bead has very small hole, and also this Nymo thread. So I would say you need at least 5 feet. So yeah, 5 feet to work this earring completely. I don't recommend more, because the one point is you need to go through a lot of thread while we are actually going through and back and forth. You need to pass a long thread. So this is 3, this is 4, and 4.5 to 5 feet. I would take 5 feet to be on the safer side, but 4.5 feet also is good enough. So I always take a little bit more cord than I need, because I feel that if I go with the correct cord, for some reason it always becomes short and I struggle at the end, even the beading wire, I say. So this is beeswax. You get it in different ways. So how you condition your thread. So beeswax is used to condition your thread, especially the thread which is very fragile and which frays a lot. So here we go. You just put it like this and just run it through the beeswax, right? So just run it through the beeswax, just like so. See, as you can see, it is straightened. The cord is also straightened a bit. So then I would change it again. There's already a knot here. I don't know why, but that's okay. I'll do the ends first and then hold it like this and run it through. So the thread is coated with beeswax. Okay, now run your fingers through. There we go. And then this is where we need to start, and then I just condition the edge also one more time. In the middle of the project also you can condition your thread whenever you think that there is a lot of tangles or so. So here we go. So thread part, threading part, hopefully I'm able to put it through. I would say I was lucky, trust me. It was very hard in the start. So excuse my nails. I know it's I was working with some silver polish, and then it is all over my fingers, and my fingers are very sensitive. I am allergic to so many stuff. And then here I have threaded the needle, and there is a knot here. Let me make use of that knot and stop it there, right? So first we don't need the seed beads. First we will need only the bugle beads. Okay, so take 2 bugle bead, drop it down to all the way to the knot if possible. I just want to keep it that way. Okay, you don't have to have a knot in this project actually. So take this needle and go through the first bead that you added from the opposite direction, just like so, and then pull it out like that, right? So that's what we have right now so far. Now the thing is, you need to go ahead and go through the second bead to add the next bead. Right, don't tighten it up a lot. So take the next one. My thread is exiting out on the top, so what I do is I go back from the bottom and basically make a loop. There we go. I am just being very gentle because I don't want to fray the cord nor break the bugle, right? Then my thread is exiting out of this second bugle, so I'm just going to go through this third and the last bugle that we added in the group, and then come back. I'm in position to add the next bead, right? Pick up the next bugle bead, and my thread is exiting out on the top. I'm going from the bottom and I'm going above and pulling these cords. There we go. Then go back through the bugle that you just added, and then pick up another bugle, come back through this bugle that you're currently out of, so that you form a circle just like that, and then come back through this. So totally I'm going to add 9 of this. This is called a ladder stitch, and I'm going to add 3, 4, 5. This is 5. I'm going to add 9 of these bugle beads. You can stop at 7 or 5 if you want to. That will make your earrings less wider than it is right here. So that's about it, but it will be equally good. You can stop at 5 or 9. It's totally up to you. Okay, then pick up another bugle. This is the 6th one. Go through that and pull your thread. Now go back through the bugle that you just added. See how many times we are going back, and plus also we will go back when we are adding the fringe couple more times. That's why this bugle has got like several passes of this thread. Otherwise Nymo thread is very thin. It should accommodate nicely the beads. So that's that. Let me count again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. Come back through, and this is 9. And go back through this last bugle that we added, and we are ready to pick up our top part. So now we will do the top part, this brick stitch part of our earrings, and also the wire guardian, so that then we can come back through the fringe to the fringe part. So now pick up 2 Delica seed beads, 11 Delicas. See, there is thread bridge between each of the bugle beads, so I'm just skipping the first thread bridge and going to the second thread bridge like this under. I'm not going through any beads. That's just the bridge that is formed by the thread. So those two beads, and then okay, I did a mistake. I'm supposed to do blue and I did pink. Okay, hopefully I'm able to. So the thing that I feel very difficult to work with Naimo is it's very hard to go back. Sometimes it comes through. The thread bridge that I caught I was lucky that it came through. Otherwise it just gets stuck. That's why I was not able to fix that one bead which sat crooked. So that was what it is. So pick up 2 seed beads, skip one thread bridge, go under the next thread bridge, and your seed beads look like that, right? So you come back through the one, just the one that you added right now, and pull it, and this one is sitting wobbly, as you can see. Let me just zoom in a bit more. So this one is wobbly, so I come back through this, down, okay, and then go up through the second seed bead that we added. Now it will sit properly. Okay, now pick up the next. So I use 2 different colors just to differentiate and have like a border kind of a thing. If you want to choose only one color, you can do the same. It's totally up to you. So pick up a seed bead. Okay, so this is second thread bridge, and get hold of the third thread bridge. So in between this one, in between this one, and in between that two, right? Catch hold of that thread bridge, come back, and then go up through just the bead that you added right now. This is brick stitch, right? That is 3. Pick up the next seed bead, catch the next thread bridge, and come back, and then go up through that same bead, so that you can get into position to add the next seed bead. If these are all like distracting, I will remove that. Pick up the next seed bead, so catch hold of the next thread bridge right here, and then go up through that bead. So pick up the next one, catch the next thread bridge, and go up. Pick up the next one and catch the next thread bridge and go up. This part I really enjoy doing. I love brick stitch. For some reason, it's my favorite. The way beads stay on top of each other, I love it. So I come back. So now I finished one row, right? I finished that one row. Now I will start the upper row. So you can count the beads: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We had 9 of this bugle beads and 8 of this blue beads. As we go up, because there is a thread bridge between 2 beads, but if there is 8 seed beads, there will be only 7 thread bridge because it's connecting one another, right? So as we go up, it will naturally taper, right? There was 9 bugle beads, now there is 8 seed beads. Then the next line, it will be 7 seed beads. I changed the color right now. So I pick up again the start of the brick stitch. We always pick up 2 seed beads, and then I skip the first thread bridge and go through the second thread bridge right here, because I have picked up 2 seed beads. So now it will sit funky. So go ahead, go through that 1 seed bead that you last added, to this row, and then come back through the first seed bead that you added in this row, and then go up through the second seed bead to get into position to add the next bead in the row. Now everything is sitting properly. Pick up another bead, catch the thread bridge underneath and pull the thread through and go up just that bead to make it secure. There we go. See how it sits nicely on top. Pick up another bead and catch the next thread bridge adjacent, come under, and then go up through that seed bead right there, and then pick up a seed bead, catch the thread bridge underneath and go up. Pick up another one. So I would suggest using branded seed beads for this, because the beauty of these earrings, the stitches and everything, it has to sit perfectly. If we have two beads, see how the thread goes and knots somewhere, just watch out for that. So if we do use regular seed beads, not the branded ones like the Toho, Miyuki or Delica, then the alignment of the beads won't be proper. It will look as if you did a mistake. It won't look as if the beads are a different. It will look as if you did a mistake, right? So just watch out for that. 6, 7, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 beads. Automatically it got reduced. Now I'm at the end of this row. So now I will go like this, go like this, go like this, zigzag manner, right? So pick up 2 seed beads. The start of the brick stitch, you always pick up 2 seed beads, right? And then skip that thread bridge, go through the second thread bridge that you have available, and then now go back through the last bead that you added, like that, and come back through the first seed bead, down and up through the second one. That will straighten everything out. See, now it's sitting properly. Now I pick up a bead and then catch the next thread bridge, go underneath, and then go back from the top. Okay, there we go. So now I will continue doing this rows until I reach 2 seed beads on the top, and then I will show you guys how to add the wire guardian. Pick up a bead, catch the next thread bridge, come down and go up through that bead right there. Pick up another bead, come back here, and then go up there. See how it is coming out. So now I will finish doing the rows until I reach 2 seed beads, and I will come back. So I finished it and I have only 2 beads on the top. Now I pick up, my thread is exiting out of one of that bead. So now I pick up the wire guardian, right? Go up through the wire guardian, just like so, and then drop it down, right, and then come back through the next loop of that wire guardian and through that last seed bead that you added. Make sure the core stays in the channel, just like so. Can you see that? So now what I do is I just come back through a couple of seed beads right here, I go in a diagonal fashion, just like so, through 4 of that seed bead right here, okay, and then come back diagonally as well through the next row. You have to go through that channel twice. That's the goal. Reaching that point, for that point you can go any way you want, and you can. Let me see where this is poking up. Yes. Right. And I go through that top bead and through that channel, through that loop in the wire guard, and then come back again and go through this loop and a bead, and probably this side. See, I caught hold a couple of beads and I'm going like that. If your needle is not coming through, use your pliers and then pull that through. Just making, see the knot, how it nicely made a knot. There we go. And making sure it again sits in the channel. There we go. Now take your needle and go through that pink seed bead right here. So I come back through this blue and this bugle to add actually the first fringe. So I just go here and through here. See, there is a little knot I told you guys in my cord. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie an overhand knot, just a little overhand knot, that's about it, right here. Then leave it on that side right here. Okay, so now I start my fringe. The fringe is supposed to be the same, it's like a chevron pattern, right? So what I do is I have different measurements only in the top part, this part, and all the same, the other one is the same. So first I pick up a blue, a pink, a blue, and then a bugle, a blue, 5 of the pinks, blue, bugle, blue, 5 of the pinks, and last blue, and skip that last blue and come back through all the beads right here. This is what I'm going to do, right? And each row I add one more of the pink in the top part. You will understand once I'm doing it. So pick up a blue. Okay, in my case I have a blue and a pink. If you are using the same bead, you can use 3 beads. So then 3 of these, right? Then a bugle, then a blue, then 5 of the pink, 4 and 5 of the pink, right? Then a blue, a bugle, then a blue, then 5 of the bugle, 5 of the pink, right? And then a blue. So this is what my first fringe is all about, right? Now drop everything down, skip the last blue bead in your row, and then go through the rest and go back through the bugle that you are coming from, you're exiting out of, right? Make sure you include all the beads. I have a problem also there. Sometimes if one bead is off, then I just go through the seed bead now, and then I will go through the last bugle that I'm exiting out of. That's how I do it. It's a little bit tough for me to actually go through that bugle right there, because the start of the ladder stitch we went through a couple of times more than the rest. So I just go through that. Okay, now okay, it went through, so that's a good thing. Now you come back through the next bugle down, just like so. Just be gentle. If it is not coming through, just use your pliers to push it through, and then gently do this. See, once you pass through this bugle bead a couple of times, the thread gets a little bit wavy. That's because of the, I will just zoom out a bit, just because the beeswax is running off, right? So just now, the next fringe, I am adding a blue bead and 2 pinks, because I added 1 pink in the first one. So now I add 2 and a blue. After this part, the first section, the rest is the same for every single one. So pick up a bugle, a blue, right, and 5 pinks. 3, 4, 5, and then a blue bead, then a bugle, then a blue bead. So this is what I have so far, and then 5 of the pinks, and then a blue bead. Drop everything down here. Now you can see the pattern right there. You skip the last blue bead and go through all the beads to the top. Take that out. You can go 1 or 2 at a time as well, but making sure you pass through every single bead and you don't skip any bead. As I said, it's hard for me to actually come back. If it is fire line, I would have done it very easily, but Naimo thread is always dicey for me. I just pull everything down here. You can hold on to that last blue bead right here and then just pull everything down. Don't pull this too tight, otherwise the fringe will be very, very brittle, or there won't be any flow, it will be stiff. So don't pull that toe tight. At the same time, don't pull it too loose, otherwise you will see the thread. So right there. So go back through the second bugle that you came from. It should be a little bit tough here, but after that it should be good. Yeah, as I said, this is going to be a little bit tough. Okay, I'm going through the blue as well, which I don't want it. So I'm just going to pull just a bit. Right. And then, yes. Slowly use your pliers and hold this firmly. There we go. And see how tight this is? That's essentially the problem. And then you will lose all your beeswax coating over there. So what I'm going to do here is, see the two cords, it's very difficult to come through. So I'm just going to take the tail and make it small, so that I have only a very less portion to go through, like that. That's what actually helped me in the last earring. So the tail is right there. So my thread is exiting out of this bugle. I come back through the next bugle. I don't go through any seed beads out there. It's not necessary. And take your pliers and pull it gently, and then make sure your thread is not caught with the tail. See, there we go. Now I'm ready to add the third fringe. The third fringe, what I'm going to do is pick up a blue, 3 of the pinks, okay, and the blue. So this is the first part. After that, everything is same. Pick up a bugle, then a blue, then 5 of the seed beads, pink seed beads, and a blue seed bead, a bugle, a blue, 5 of the pink, and then a blue. Bring everything down. Skip the last blue and go through all of those. And this is what I'm going to do. The first section is the one which is different, as I told you guys. Here there's only 1 pink, 2 pinks, 3 pinks, and then 4 pinks and 5 pinks. And then I will go back down again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? As you can see here in this, so that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. So just like that, the first section will be different. The rest, the same number of beads will be added to finish the fringe off. I will continue making this and I'll come back. As you can notice, I did 5 rows, and the last row that I added, there is in the first group, there is 5 of the pink seed beads. I have finished coming to the maximum length in this earring, which is the middle one right here. Right now I will have to reduce to come back to the last one. So I'm picking blue and 4 pink seed beads, blue bead, and then a bugle, blue, 5, blue, bugle, blue, 5, blue. So now I am decreasing the bead by 1, and then go back through and then continue doing the same procedure as we did so far. Then pull that through, and if you pull the last blue bead, then you can tighten that up really nicely. And now you can come up and go through the same bead that you were coming from. And I will do the decreasing order of the seed beads, and then I'll show you guys how to finish up the thread. Okay, so I finished adding all the strands, and my thread is exiting out of this blue seed bead on the top, and I have to go back through the last bugle bead to finish my fringe off. So I'm just going to go there and then pull that tight. Now actually we are done, so we need to thread in the tail and then weave it through, and also we need to do this. So let me just, so 5 feet of thread is sufficient to do this work. So what I do is I just pick up the thread underneath right there. I form a small loop, then go through that loop. That's like a half-inch knot right there, and then I go up through a couple of beads diagonally, and then see my thread is exiting out of this pink bead, so I'm just going to come back down a couple, just like so. Okay, and then go back diagonally up. So basically I'm following a zigzag pattern to make the thread not come off, right? You can also go through the wire guardian if you want to, because it can accommodate coats multiple times. So we did it twice, that's for security, and this is for added security. Come back through that channel, through that bead right there. Make sure the cord or the thread sits in the channel which is open in the link, open in the wire guardian. There, see, anyways it's going down. Why, I don't know. Just making sure that it goes and sits there properly. There we go. And then come back again. And you can also catch some thread and do half-inch knots, and it's totally up to you. But for me, I'm just going through zigzag, and that's more than enough for me to secure the thread. It's already getting tighter in there. There we go. Just shorten the thread a little bit more so that you don't have to see how the needle is bent right there. So that's the needle, end of the needle, that's for sure. I come back until this part, and then go through that blue bead in the last, See, there is a thread bridge right here, so I take that thread bridge, utilize it to make a half-inch knot, right? And then go up through that blue bead right there, making sure I didn't catch hold of any of our fringe right there, and then go up if you can. Then come down. Or you can actually use a thread zapper or a scissors to snip off this thread. The thread is secure right now, so just snip it off right here. I use a beadsmith thread zap. Stay in a ventilated area while you do so. And now I can actually thread the needle here and then weave this part in. Let me try to do it here. My needle is already bent, but still, let's see. I will try this. The final part is to add our ear wire. You can use any ear wire you want. This is a 925 sterling silver ear wire. I just open up the loop, add it to this wire guardian loop, and then close my loop in my ear wire. And here we have a nice pair of fringe earrings. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day and bye.